Toilet paper, sometimes called toilet tissue, although paper had been known as a wrapping and padding material in China since the 2nd century BC, a reference to the use of toilet paper dates back as early as circa 589 when the scholar official Yan the Chui, 531–591 wrote. Paper on which there are quotations or commentaries from the 5 classics or the names of sages, I dare not use for toilet purposes. During the later Tang dynasty, 618–907 AD, an Arab traveler to China in the year 851 AD remarked, "They, the Chinese, do not wash themselves with water when they have done their necessities, but they only wipe themselves with paper." During the early 14th century, it was recorded that in what is now Zhejiang alone, 10 million packages of 1,000 to 10,000 sheets of toilet paper were manufactured annually. During the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 AD, it was recorded in 1393 that an annual supply of 720,000 sheets of toilet paper, approximately 2 by 3 feet, 60 by 90 centimeters, were produced for the general use of the imperial court at the capital of Nanjing. From the records of the Imperial Bureau of Supplies of that same year, it was also recorded that for the Hongwu Emperor's imperial family alone, there were 15,000 sheets of special soft fabric toilet paper made, and each sheet of toilet paper was perfumed. Elsewhere, wealthy people wiped themselves with wool, lace or hemp, while less wealthy people used their hand when defecating into rivers, or cleaned themselves with various materials such as rags, wood shavings, leaves, grass, hay, stones, sand, moss, water, snow, ferns, plant husks, fruit skins, seashells, or corn cobs, depending upon the country and weather conditions or social customs. In ancient Rome, a sponge on a stick was commonly used, and, after use, placed back in a pail of vinegar. Several Talmudic sources indicating ancient Jewish practice refer to the use of small pebbles, often carried in a special bag, and also to the use of dry grass and of the smooth edges of broken pottery jugs, for example, Shabbat 81a, 82a, Yevamot 59b. These are all cited in the classic biblical and Talmudic medicine by the German physician Julius Preuss, Eng. Trans. Sanhedrin Press, 1978. The 16th century French satirical writer François Rabelais, in chapter 13 of Book 1 of his novel sequence Gargantua and Pantagruel, has his character Gargantua investigate a great number of ways of cleansing oneself after defecating. Gargantua dismisses the use of paper as ineffective, rhyming that, "Who is foul-tail with paper wipes, shall a his bollocks leave some chips." Sir Thomas Urquhart's 1653 English translation. He concludes that the neck of a goose, that is well down, provides an optimum cleansing medium. The rise of publishing by the 18th century led to the use of newspapers and cheap editions of popular books for cleansing. Lord Chesterfield, in a letter to his son in 1747, told of a man who purchased a common edition of Horace, of which he tore off gradually a couple of pages, carried them with him to that necessary place, read them first, and then sent them down as a sacrifice to Cloacina. Thus was so much time fairly gained. In many parts of the world, especially where toilet paper or the necessary plumbing for disposal may be unavailable or unaffordable, toilet paper is not used. Also, in many parts of the world, people consider using water a much cleaner and more sanitary practice than using paper. Cleansing is then performed with other methods or materials, such as water, for example using a bidet, a loda, rags, sand, leaves, including seaweed, corn cobs, animal furs, sticks or hands. Afterwards, hands are washed with water and possibly soap.